A few days ago when I came home, a picture of a little boy suddenly appeared on the display of access control. Big eyes, round face, looks very cute. His date of birth and missing place lies next to his name. 2 words above his photo. Search notices. Every day after that, I saw different missing children on the screen. These are missing children in search. Where did they go? Did they get lost, have an accident, or were they abducted and trafficked? There are 9 such relevant reports and struck by data and cruel truth behind. May 25th is the International Day of Missing Child, and Missing Child is today's topic. This is the number of missing children in the world every year, being 8 million. This is the number of children trafficked every year, being 1.2 million. I've checked out many sources, and the most certain one for this figure is a report issued by International Labour Organization in 2002. Stealthiness makes child trafficking crimes difficult to calculate due to various factors. According to Global Report on Trafficking in Persons 2020 issued by United Nations Office on Drugs and Crimes, analysis of human trafficking data from 148 countries and areas show that 1/3 of known victims are children, among which 50% are sexually exploited, 38% are forced to work, 6% are compelled to commit crimes, and over 1% are forced to beg, and the rest are forced into marriage or migration, adopted, or organ removed. In low-income countries, child trafficking rate is as high as 50%. Child trafficking today is gradually moving from offline to online. Trafficking information lurks on familiar social networking sites such as Facebook, MySpace, and Skype. Dark web in particular, with advantages of hidden identities and untraceable virtual currency transactions, has become a hotbed for not only illegal trafficking in guns and drugs, but also children. How many children have been trafficked online? How many trafficked children have been hidden in the shadowy campaigns? Anika Lucas is a victim of sexual exploitation. She was trafficked to a pedophile organization when she was 6 years old and was sexually abused for a total of 1,716 hours during 5.5 years. Luckily, Anika was rescued finally. However, though her physical damage can be healed, the mental trauma will last. Another major destination for trafficked children is forced labor. Currently, child trafficking is more rampant in countries where child labor is more prevalent. In 2018, India government reported about 2,400 cases of human trafficking, with nearly half of victims under 18. Nishad, a 12-year-old boy rescued during the police raid on bracelet factory, said he had been locked in a filthy room for 5 months and worked from early morning to midnight every day to get his meals. If he had failed on meeting the requirements, he was beaten. Only a very few have been reported because being rescued offers minimal opportunity to be known. The majority of trafficked children become tools of the offender. They are forced to beg, steal, participate in drug cultivation and trade, and even take up guns and go to war. Even if they are lucky enough to survive from whether drugs or war, they could be plagued by mental illness, violence, or even worse, suicidal tendencies. In China, adoption is the primary purpose of child trafficking. More than 50% of these children were trafficked by their biological parents or relatives. So if someone wants to adopt a child, they should go to a formal welfare institution to adopt their legal procedures. Any trade of children in name of adoption, even the biological parents participating, are illegal. In 2014, Mexican police detained a member of Knight Templar Cartel, a drug trafficking organization suspected of kidnapping children. According to him, in order to increase their income, they kidnapped children nearby and transported them in refrigerated containers to rental rooms with medical equipment to remove their organs, which were then taken to black market for sale. This is the price range of human organ trade. Kidney is in the highest demand. According to World Health Organization, illegal trade in kidney has risen to about 10,000 cases per year. That means 1 kidney is sold out illegally in less than an hour. How many of these kidneys are from children is not clear. The screenwriters write stories of lost children based on real events and always give happy ending. But in reality, what should we do if we can't find our child? Firstly, we need to call the police immediately. The time to file a case for missing person in various countries is 24 to 48 hours after disappearance. In China, according to opinions on punishment on crimes of trafficking women and children, when a child is reported missing, the police should open a criminal case and investigate immediately. The time and place child got lost and the child's gender, height, clothing, physical characteristics, and special marks should be reported to police. The police will activate missing child search mechanism based on relevant clues. Missing children's information will be released on China's Ministry of Public Security Missing Children Alert platform and pushed to public through 25 mainstream apps, and the coverage of information will expand with time. At the same time, we should turn to our friends and relatives for help by asking them to search along the main roads in different directions, in and around train and bus stations with child's photo. Biological parents can apply for DNA storage testing to provide matching information for police future works. At present, there are 24,000 pieces of lost child hunting information in China's anti-trafficking DNA system, and more than 6,300 children have been found by the police through backlog investigation and DNA-based matching. According to China's largest public welfare website for looking for family members, as of April 2021, there have been 52,437 looking for baby messages and 47,997 looking for parents messages. That means more than 50,000 families lost their children and more than 40,000 children are not with their biological parents. What we can do to increase the number is to be vigilant and take precautions. Maximum penalty for child trafficking is life imprisonment in the US, Germany, and Japan, and death penalty in South Korea and China. In 2018, Guangzhou Intermediate Court sentenced the Mei case in first instance, in which 2 of the 5 defendants were sentenced to death. The Mei case refers to a case in which a middleman codenamed Mei collaborated with Zhang Weiping and other defendants trafficked 9 children between 2003 and 2005, and 5 of the traffickers were arrested, but Mei remains at large. We also posted a notice here asking for help in finding Mei. If anyone has seen someone look similar to this portrait, please contact police. To prevent more children from being trafficked, the government has taken various measures. What could we do as guardians? If you had a child, you should take good care of it, as just a few seconds of negligence it may lose him forever. Growing older, he will be exposed to more complex environments. You should educate him on safety, sex, abduction prevention depending on level of awareness and different ages. This is not about intellectual development, but to help children to make sense of the world they live in. Don't go with strangers, should not just be words. For people who are watching this video, maybe you are single and have no experience on breeding a child, or maybe you are a parent and dare not to imagine how painful it would be to lose a child. No one knows what really happens to trafficked children, so please hold their hands tightly and bring them home every time out.